Work we must, and nobody can avoid it. So we usually come to a standpoint wherein we have coping mechanisms of how do we deal with our work. Some try jumping in, finishing it up, and clearing their backlogs, finding moments of solitude, peace. Some drag their heavy feet. Some keep procrastinating it. And when the pressure hits them, then they finally sit down and start their activities, their work. But if work is something that is such inevitable one, how should our mindset be? Somewhere I think Puja Gurudev says it beautifully. He says, the value of work is measured by the idea that inspires us to do it. Now, if our value for work is not born from the idea that inspires us, then we would want to avoid it. We would want to drag our feet through it or do half-hearted job. But we forget one important aspect. That which I am going through, called my work, my job, my responsibilities, these are my life, my experiences unfolding as my day to day. If that understanding, owning up, is not happening, then we would see as though someone is thrusting this unto me. Then we will be busy probably looking forward for the weakest link in our chain to blame and to call names and to probably also pinpoint at the reasons why I have not been efficient on something else, someone else, constantly cribbing. But the moment I look at the weight of the situation and adapt that this is my life, I have to own it, then what should be the ideal that should guide my work? How noble should it be? How lofty should it be? How high can I think that with this that can tend to become mundane, how can I make it a lofty one? And no one else can help us do that other than ourselves. The outside enthusiasm or the outside push can only take us so far. Once we have learned the knack to find the higher higher ideals, higher purpose, a higher goal, higher altar to which I can dedicate myself, there is a magical thing that happens inside. That magical thing is called inspiration. You would definitely perspire. In inspired living, you would perspire. But there is a joy in that perspiration. You're not running away, shying away from the field, but you now start enjoying every moment, living every moment. Because what drives me is that higher ideal. The higher the ideal, the deeper is my inspiration. The deeper is my inspiration, the value for my work, the value for my field of action and responsibility drastically changes. I start enjoying it. And through that, say for example, somebody who is going to a office and AC, nice uh, layout, nice view, but then just within few hours we tend to get bored, we tend to get uh, sapped out of all of our energies, because I believe in today's generation it is not the workload, but it is the pressure that we create in our own minds. That pressure is what is draining us out. How do we handle this pressure then? We can handle this pressure by changing our perspective in seeing that higher, nobler value in our work, that where I can dedicate it to. The higher it is, the deeper is the satisfaction. Let me take another example. You have come back from a tiring day's work, and maybe your hobby, that where your heart is in, is sports or gardening. So you come home, change to the appropriate clothes, and go out and play for 45 minutes, 1 hour, or garden 45 minutes, 1 hour. Sweat yourself out. Come back. Physically, also, you're tired then, but then there is immense satisfaction. So it is not the amount of work, but it is how much of yourself are invested in yourself. That is what makes the change. Meaning, if my goals, if my purpose is clear and lofty, then the inspiration that I strike within my own heart is deeper, everlasting. And with that inspiration, when I work, anything can be possible. It may be difficult, but definitely possible. The entire society has been blessed by great thinkers and their contributions because they struck this higher ideal in their lives. So let us find that higher ideal for ourselves just to make sure that our life is an inspired one. Hari Om.